Joining us now, she's the standout pitcher. Of course, one of the top players there for Cal State Fullerton. Once again, top of the Big West standings, doing their thing. And of course, they're getting ready to host the inaugural Big West Championships as well. Big time things going on. She's been a big part of it. Just won recently the Big West Pitcher of the Week. Trisha McCleskey joining us here. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
What has this year been like for you?
Um, it's honestly just been an insane year. I mean, knowing how last year as a pitching staff, we don't really have much under our belt. Just this year has just been really cool what we've been able to do as a team as a whole and everything. So,
What's it been? Describe this team for maybe people that haven't seen you play. Describe this team.
I would just describe this team as just fun, loving, energetic. We always have each other's backs. We're always each other's biggest fans, you know. We've just had some amazing games this year, and I love these girls and the staff so much.
I think the game that a lot of people probably would bring up is the LSU game. They love you. What do you remember about that game?
Um, just the grit behind that game. I know from the start, we've always said like you have to believe that you can beat these teams to beat these teams, and we just trust in each other 100%. And just the most memorable part, I think, was just I think we had one big inning, and our energy just during that inning was insane, and just everyone was so great that game. It was just an amazing experience.
You had a bit of a rough patch as a team during the middle of the year, but now you've turned it on late here. What changed here for this season? Describe this, because there was a period of time, maybe a slow start in conference, but boy, you've turned it into a different gear.
Yeah, we so um funny enough, we decided to sage our field and get rid of any bad juju because all of the games we have lost so far in conference have been at home, which is not normal for us. So we just worked a lot with our coaches, our staff, specifically with our volunteer coach, Jenny Topping. She's really helped us with the mental side of the game and just really helping us flip that switch and saying like this is our home. This is where like we have the best energy. Like just flip that page and just keep doing what we know how to do best.
Talk about this pitching staff. You mentioned it. There were some questions, at least from people outside the program going into the season. You have obviously answered a lot of those, but not just you. So tell me about this staff.
Yeah, so it's me, Eva, and Leanna. We call her Lily. Um, they're so amazing. We actually do weekly pitcher hangouts just to keep, each other like super close because obviously if you're having a bad game, you have to rely on the girl next to you. So it's very important for us to have a good relationship with each other, and they work hard every single day, and if they feel like something isn't right, they're there the next day just putting in work and getting better every day. And I just love them so much as well.
You've been asked to start games, obviously, but you've also been asked to close games. You've been pitch brought in high leverage situations. As a pitcher, how do you prepare for each role?
Um, I think there's a different mindset going into each role. Obviously, like starting a game, your mindset is to last all 7 innings. You don't want to be taken out. That's never a pitcher's goal. Um, just going out there, just attacking the strike zone, attacking hitters, and doing what I can to get my team back out onto offense as fast as possible in both situations is just the plan every time. And just knowing that even if I do make mistakes, I have the girls behind me are just some of the best players in my opinion, and they're gonna make amazing plays and back me up.
Of course, you have a good offense too. Speak of this offense and some of the players that have lead this team.
Yeah, so obviously the two that stand out the most are Ava Arcee and Natalie Lozano. They've gotten multiple accolades this year for Big West. They're just big time power hitters, and every time they step in the box, they just have an energy to them where I know pitchers are scared to face them. And all of our batters honestly have just this really well composed energy. They're in their own power, and they just always make it a hard game for pitchers and just are seeing the ball so well right now, putting ball into play, like creating chaos on the bases. They're just doing an amazing job out there.
Describe this staff. That was another storyline going in, obviously with Coach Ford retiring, Coach
Yeah.
Oaks, taking over. What has that transition been like?
It was definitely, I feel, easier than what most people would experience when getting a new head coach, as Gina was here last year. So we already had an idea of what to expect. And she's just really come in like full force, just has been an amazing, amazing head coach, has always cheered us all on and just leads with love and always supports us in everything we do. And just creates just like a really welcome environment where we know we can make mistakes, but like she knows that we're going to do our best to fix those mistakes and go out there and do better. And she's just always there to support us, as I've said multiple times, but she's just been so amazing. And we also have another new coach, Senyo. She's also just been, she's very a numbers person and is very good on getting all of that for us and just helps us with our game as well.
It sounds like the players, right? You were all probably when you got the news that of Coach Oaks taking over, and then that probably was the popular choice among the players since you knew her. She was already there.
Yeah, we were very excited for her and just someone we already knew we liked, so it was definitely like a little bit less stressful because I know some people get a little stressed whenever they get a new head coach.
When let's talk about you a little bit. What got you into playing, growing up and playing softball?
So I have two older siblings who my sister played softball and my brother played baseball as well as other sports. And so I just grew up going to the field almost every day and I was like, Mom, Dad, I want to do that. Like I want to be just like my siblings and go out there and ball out.
Do you have favorite athletes?
Um, Growing up, one of my favorite athletes was Mia Hamm because I also played soccer. She was like a big inspiration for me, just her hard work and dedication for the game, all she did. She's definitely one of my favorites. Currently in softball, I would say Bubba. Bubba is from my hometown, Merced. So I've met her a few times, so that's really cool. And so yeah, she's one of my favorites.
That's a good one there. Mia Hamm. So you played soccer. What position?
I was mostly defense, and then towards the end, before I stopped playing, I was a goalie.
Goalkeeper. Ooh. What made you decide to pick softball over soccer?
I just enjoyed it so much more. I had more fun playing the game, and I think the people that I grew up playing with just really helped me make that decision. I had such great friends that I'm still friends with today.
Plus, being a soccer goalie, it's not the most fun event, right? I mean, a lot of times you're just standing there waiting.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of waiting around, and I really, and I'm a pitcher. I'm in every single play of the game. I
Yes.
like being in the action, so goalie was definitely not for me.
No, that's fair. Was there anything from soccer though that you picked up that helps you in softball?
As a goalie, you have to be the one, just like the catcher, communicating to everybody. You have to be super vocal. And one thing that I've learned more in college is no matter your position, you have to be talking to everyone, letting them know where you're gonna be at, and just making sure you have a good understanding of like what's going to happen next. And I think that's definitely helped from when I played soccer.
That's pretty good. What was it about Fullerton that drew you to say, "Hi, that's the place I need to be"?
Honestly, I first met the coaches I think back when I was in seventh grade, so right around the time the whole rule change happened where we had to wait till our junior year. And they came to almost every game. It helped that one of my teammates was committed to Fullerton too at the time. She's still like one of my best friends. I see her all the time to this day. But just the atmosphere that they have here, and obviously the history is a big part of it. And SoCal being near all the beaches is a plus. It did sway me a little bit, but everything else was just a big advantage and definitely what I was looking for in a school.
Very understandable. Very understandable. The location is not too bad. There's a reason why the school hosts a bunch of major tournaments throughout the year too. What's that been? What is that like? That you're in a place where you know every year you're going to get marquee teams to come to your place.
It's it's really amazing. It's like we see all these big names that like make it to the Women's College World Series every year, and we're in a position where they have to come to us and we get the home field advantage. And it's just it's so amazing. Like obviously no one likes traveling in the middle of the semester, so that's been super helpful as well with school. Um, it's just and like seeing all the fans there, the stadiums are filled. We played Oklahoma this year. Like it's really cool. I think it helps grow our fan base as well, having these bigger teams come to us and seeing us do so well. They're like, "Oh wow, like this team is really good. I'm gonna follow along with them as well." It's a great experience.
No doubt. People tune in, they watch it there, and it's going to be historic this year because you're hosting the Big 12, Big West championships, first in the history of the conference. Is that something the players are excited about? It's kind of weird because normally you'd be finishing up right now the regular season, maybe a conference title usually is at stake and all of that. But this time the regular season title's at stake. But now you're gonna have a conference tournament to boost with that. What is that adjustment been like? Are you guys excited about that?
Um, Excited and also a little nervous just
Sure.
because none of us have ever experienced the tournament. We know, like, we kind of know what to expect, but also at the same time, we're like, we're a little unsure, but we're really excited and we have no doubt in our minds that we're not going to go out there and just do amazing and continue to do what we've done this season. I think having all the tournaments that we do in the beginning of year during preseason has definitely helped us prepare for the Big West tournament, and we feel like we're in a really good position to do well and go far.
Plus you're at home too, so you're gonna have a lot of people backing you up. It ain't like you're going on the road. Right? That's a big plus.
Definitely a big advantage having all of our fans be there and our family as well.
For the returners, they were in the regionals last year in Stanford.
Mhm.
Does that also help that you play, the being in a regional setting? Also, you almost treat it like, hey, your season's on the line this week. That's probably some of the approach too, and maybe even motivational into this year.
Yeah, we're definitely thinking back on regionals last year and how it's going to be like it's very similar. I think we're doing a double elimination. Some of us aren't very sure about that. Um, but it's we're gonna go in with the same approach, just win every game. But yeah, being having gone to regionals last year has helped us prepare for the Big West tournament this year.
Describe playing in the Big West. It is top. It is always week in, week out. It's a grind. Santa Barbara is really good. They got a talented team. Long Beach State. You two have a rivalry there that's among the best in the sport. Feels weird that you're not finishing the regular season against each other, but who knows? Might have another meeting down the road. CSUN has improved. I mean, this league is top to bottom. It's deep. Describe this league.
This league is definitely a very hard league to be in. There's so many great teams, as you've mentioned, and our weekend against Long Beach, I think, was really big for us. We looked up the stats, and we haven't swept Long Beach since I think 2013, I want to say, maybe a little sooner than that. So, I mean, obviously, like it's hard to go out there and sweep teams and take all three games against these teams that have amazing pitchers, great hitters. Their fielders are like amazing as well. So I think that's definitely shown us that like all the hard work we've put in is like paying off because these teams are not easy to beat and it's a challenge every game.
Plus, I feel like there's no Pac-12. So in a lot of ways, you'll be one of the last conference tournament like that. There'll be more eyeballs, and I think a lot of people on the West Coast, especially, are really excited to cover this and go that maybe wouldn't have gone in other years. That's also a big excitement there from their player standpoint. That hey, people are really excited to see this tournament.
Yeah, I think that is definitely going to be a big help. We played UCLA yesterday and we had some of the fans say like, "Oh, like we would love to come to your tournament because the Big Ten, I want to say. I don't know where it's being hosted, but
West
it's
Lafayette. It's in Purdue. Trust me. People rather be in Fullerton than West Lafayette. With
yeah,
respect to West Lafayette, yeah, I
yeah,
get
we've had
that.
a lot of other fans say we like, oh, we just love to watch softball. Like we want to go to like your tournament because the other ones are just so far. So I think that that's definitely going to be a big help for us in growing our conference and getting more exposure that I feel like we definitely deserve because there's so many great players in this conference, just not even just our team, just all the teams included in it.
No doubt. I 100% agree with that. And I think it's been proven by even the track record and everything like that. Like, I think last year, I think you all were in the regional final, got to, as a program. And the history, I mean, whoever usually comes out of the Big West creates problems in the regionals. So I
Mhm.
think it's a great, well said on that. And I know there's going to be more coverage on it this year than maybe ever before, which I think is well deserved. And credit to you and all the programs and coaches and players in the league. What is your goals outside of softball?
Right now, my goal after college, I want to go to PT school. Um, but currently, both of my siblings are actually getting married this year and next year. So just being the best bridesmaid I can for them. I'm super excited for them. So, um, yeah, just getting good grades, having fun with my friends, and just exploring new things, just other things like that.
Right on. Yeah, that's the way you should treat it there. They're not getting married during the softball season, though, are they?
No, they
Good.
knew they couldn't. They knew I would
Good.
not make it. They both decided they were going to get married in fall. So I have one this year and then next year in the fall.
That's fine. As long as it doesn't interrupt you. I mean, that's a non negotiable. Like, you should, so I'm glad they listen. You see, some people
Mhm.
don't listen. I have friends that have gotten married during the softball season, and I'm like, you realize I can't go, right? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's wrong
Yeah.
with you? So good for you, standing up for yourself there. Um, How are you different today as a pitcher than you were, say, a year ago?
I think my biggest thing has just been the confidence I have out in the circle. Last year, I would describe myself basically as a timid freshman. I'm in my third year, but I'm a redshirt sophomore. And just I go out there expecting myself to win, knowing that I have the command of my ball to help my teammates to win games and just trusting all of the pitches I have and working really closely with Gina as well. She's our pitching coach and just talking with everyone, seeing what they're seeing and doing my best to create havoc for the batters.
Oh, you've created havoc. You're having an awesome year there. What's going to be the keys for your team moving forward here? In the next few weeks, big important for you. What's going to be the keys for your team to accomplish your goals?
I think just eliminating all the little mistakes that we've had in the past and continuing to stay in our zone, um, not swinging at pitches that don't need to be swung at as pitchers, not missing pitches down the middle, obviously. Um, Just all the little things. I feel like a big picture, obviously we know we can do it and just really focus in and go out there and do our best and cheer each other on because it's gonna be a long week, that's for sure.
It's going to be a long week because you might need somebody to lighten the mood from time to time. Who's the jokester on the team?
Oh, we have a few, but I would say it's definitely KK. She's always like doing something where I'm turning in the dugout and I'm like, what is this girl doing? But it always makes me laugh and she always brings a smile to my face. So yeah.
Good. That's good. Well, good luck this weekend and beyond. Congrats on the great season you're having to this point and the accolades you've gotten. Hopefully, I think you might get more, maybe hopefully get more accolades down the road. I'm just campaigning for you. Who knows? What do I know? I'm just a podcast host in softball. But hey, thank you so much for taking the time. I know it's a busy time as a student athlete, an important time. But you've been playing great, and I just want to make sure people got to know that. And thanks for coming on and telling your story to us here on In the Circle at D1 Softball.
Thank you so much for having me.